Welcome back to Fictitious Injuries, where I, a board-certified clinician, tell you how to harm your characters realistically. Today's topic is animal bites. This is not medical advice, don't be an idiot. Rule number 1 of animal bites is antibiotics. You have to have antibiotics. The reason is animal bites are very dirty, especially even human bites, because it's a puncture wound and there's so much bacteria in the mouth and the saliva, there is such a high degree of infection. And that's the thing about infections, they move fast. So an animal bite on day 1 will be probably red and swollen and painful by day 2, and then potentially the infection spreading by day 3 and 4, and by the end of the week, your hand or whatever part of you is bitten is red and puffy and painful and swollen. You have a fever, you don't feel good, and you're getting in trouble. Cellulitis, which is the medical term for skin infections, moves very quickly. Within a matter of 24 to 48 hours, you can go from, hey, I think I have an infection, to, why are there so many people in my exam room, and why am I going to the hospital right now? So if you have a character who gets an animal bite, keep that in mind. Now, in a fantasy world, you could have tonics, you could have potions, you could have magical healing, you could have a whole bunch of ways to get around this, but it does require treatment of some sort. If you're in a sci-fi or you're in some other fiction novel, antibiotics of some kind. Second rule of animal bites is they can get nasty. They can get nasty really fast. Depending upon how you are bitten, the animal doesn't just boop and then release like a little paper punch. It can grab and tear, and you rip that flesh apart, it can turn into a really nasty wound really fast. So keep that in mind, especially most of the time with animal bites, you're bitten on a limb, either an arm or a leg. And if that happens, that arm or leg is going to be out of commission for a while, depending on how severe it is. So if you love your character, or you need them to do something physical in the next few chapters, you need to be careful how severe that animal bite is. Another thing about it is it also depends upon the animal, right? If you get bitten by a bear or a dog, a lot of those animals grab and then they shake their head. That's going to tear up so much flesh. And if their fangs are deep enough to get into the muscle, that's going to be painful, guaranteed infection, and all sorts of problems for weeks after that. Third, recovery. Now, if you get on antibiotics, and if the animal bite isn't severe where it's just a small little boop and then that's it, they actually heal pretty quick. Within like a week or two, you're pretty much good to go. The reason is because puncture wounds, they bore down deep, but there's not a whole lot to repair. The skin is already kind of touching by the time they scab over, and your body can glue that together pretty quick. Within a week, you've got about 80% wound strength. Now, that doesn't mean you might not be sore, but it does mean you might be closer to battle ready pretty quickly. Rule number 4, if your animal has